Welcome back. I have in my hand a Garcia Vega Presidente. It's a good smoke. Not as mild and sweet and tasty as the English Corona, but it's a cheaper cigar, and right now I need to get the cheapest ones I can find without slipping down into the gutter and getting the other stuff. I'm not going to smoke it on the show right now because I'll smoke it later on because I really want to enjoy it while I watch a horror movie, which I usually do every night. That's right, I am a big time horror movie fan, and as soon as I get paid again, I'm going to go to the theater and try to catch Paranormal Event is, I hear, like kick ass, so I can't wait to see that. I was going to talk about legalizing marijuana, but then last week happened, so I went ahead and changed it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and talk about the two shootings last week. One at Fort Hood, Texas, which was, of course, the more costly one, 15 soldiers. Two civilians, two civilians, and a number of soldiers, including two women, by Nadal Malik Hassan, who was trying to connect ties to Al-Qaeda, and through an imam who had direct ties to two of the 9/11 hijackers. Now, you're not going to hear Obama mention any of this. I doubt I doubt my heart of hearts you're not going to hear him talk about it. Let me tell you why. Because amongst Obama's term in office, there are three words that are not to be talked about in the press or in the White House. Only a few real brave news networks will talk about this, Fox being one of them. ABC as well. And I think a lot of the networks are starting to feel a little bit hurt after the whole pool interview event took place a few weeks ago. But this is the three words that you're not going to hear Obama ever say because he doesn't want to talk about it. We're going to start with the word extreme Muslim fundamentalist. Can you spell extreme Muslim fundamentalist? I can. Well, of course I have it all written here. But that's a big word, and it's a word that we're not supposed to talk about. Just like terrorism. See, we're not supposed to talk about terrorism because that was the other guy. That was his term. That word existed back then, the terrorism thing. But we don't even mention that guy anymore. Because you know what? That guy is Voldemort. Yeah. AKA George Bush to Barack Obama. And we don't mention him, and we don't mention those events, and we don't mention a lot of stuff in the past 8 years. Not supposed to. We could blame it on him, like Voldemort, but we can't mention it. So we don't mention his name. The third word is probably the most harmful word to avoid because it's such a slippery slope that if you use it, you'll be damned by the administration, by everybody. And that word is racism. Because racism would denote that Obama's utopian society doesn't exist. So you can't mention racism. You can call people racist. They do all the time. I'm racist just because I'm talking about President Obama. And everybody else who talks about President Obama and doesn't praise him, is racist. That's right. If the military, who had been doing their homework, they were watching Major Hassan, but they didn't do anything about it. If they had stopped him before last week, everyone involved would have been called racist. And it would have been a bigger thing than what happened last week. Because it's easy for the White House to do that, you see. It's easy for that. They love to run over that story all the time. They'll play that card forever. Officer Crowley. That the police department acted stupidly. Yet we're gonna wait until we find out all the results. What happened last week? I want to wait because we don't have everything in. We don't have the entire investigation's not over yet. Well, then we had Orlando, and I'm lucky I got out. I was at my office Friday morning and filling out some paperwork, and my office isn't like 20 minutes away from Orlando, downtown. And I almost got caught up in the traffic going on there, but actually the traffic had spread so far that it affected Interstate 4, not too far from where I'm at now, which is about 25 minutes from downtown. Yeah. So it was a mess there. And that was, the shooting was done by Mr. Rodriguez. He's alive. Go figure, you actually had 2 mass shootings within 2 days from each other, and both the shooters are alive. Well, kind of alive. I'm really glad that Hassan is still alive, because I want to see if they're going to try him in a military tribunal and execute him the way a military should. But from what I've heard, they're reluctant to do that. So you don't get the hangings and you don't get the firing squad anymore, although this guy deserves it. I really believe that. But if it's terrorist related, then he goes to Gitmo. It's that simple. But you're not going to hear that at the White House. It ain't going to happen. Anyway, I'm going to take off for a third segment, and then I'm going to have want to shoot another. I have a clip that should. I'm working. I am working so hard on trying to convert the truthers. I know. I can try and try. You know, it ain't gonna. It may not help, but maybe I have a chance. So next segment, I have another clip that that debunks loose change, and we'll see what kind of fun I have with that. We'll be right back.